On August 9, 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia to become an independent and sovereign state. The separation was the result of deep political and economic differences between the ruling parties of Singapore and Malaysia, which created communal tensions that resulted in racial riots in July and September 1964. The separation happened when Tunku Abdul Rahman, who had become the Malaysian Prime Minister, announced a vote to expel Singapore from Malaysia to avoid further bloodshed from racial riots. The vote ended in 126-0 and resulted in the expulsion of Singapore from Malaysia. At a press conference announcing the separation, then Singapore Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew was overcome by emotion and broke down. Singapore's union with Malaysia had lasted for less than 23 months. Singapore left Malaysia willingly, as it was also Singapore's decision to separate from Malaysia. This can be seen from a source which Dr. Goh said the best thing would be to call it quits and go their separate ways, as he sees no future in it. When Singapore became an independent state, all troubles and tension would be over. After Singapore became independent, Lee Kuan Yew was also quite hopeful of Singapore's future. This can be seen from another source which Lee Kuan Yew said there was nothing to be worried about and many things will go on as usual, but to be firm and calm and have a multiracial nation in Singapore. Singapore did not leave Malaysia willingly, as Singapore was kicked out of Malaysia. This can be seen from a source where Toh Chin Chye and S. Rajaratnam were distraught upon getting to know of the news of the separation between Singapore and Malaysia and were not willing to sign the agreement. However, a letter written by the Tunku to Toh, stressing the former's irrevocable decision that there was absolutely no way out, left them with no choice. Singapore had been willing to make negotiations like providing special privileges for Malay. However, the Tunku and many of Malaysia's political figures had been adamant on the decision that Malaysia could not coexist alongside Singapore, and that separation was the best choice for both states. Singapore also did not have much say and had made a rushed decision taken by the PAP government to agree on the secession of Singapore from Malaysia without first obtaining a fresh mandate from the people of Singapore, which had shocked the Alliance Party Singapura. In conclusion, it was both Singapore and Malaysia's decision to separate to prevent further troubles and disputes from happening. Singapore wanted all the troubles and tension to be over and was quite hopeful of Singapore's future, while Malaysia was trying to force Singapore to separate from Malaysia. This resulted in Singapore becoming an independent republic, a multiracial nation, and a successful country.